Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome everyone, especially any alumni who could be here tonight, to the 2020 Colonel Crawford Homecoming Ceremony and festivities. We will begin this evening by presenting to you the Homecoming Court Parade. Please direct your attention to the north end of the stadium. Our first homecoming attendant is freshman Haley Slagle, daughter of Chad and Christy Slagle. She is in a 1998 dark blue Porsche Boxster owned by Gail Potter and driven by Steve Edgington. Our next attendant, sophomore Riley Ritzop, is the daughter of Sean and Kendra Ritzop. She is riding in a 1957 Chevy Corvette, owned by Ron and Marcia Burkhardt and driven by Sean Ritzop. Next is Brooke Slagle. Our junior attendant is the daughter of Chad and Christy Slagle. She is riding in a 1958 Corvette that is currently owned by the Colonel Crawford Athletic Boosters and is driven by Mark Tyner. Our first senior attendant is Maria Brewer. Maria is the daughter of Chad and Carrie Brewer. Maria is joined by senior Blaine Bishop. Blaine is the son of Kevin and Dory Bishop. They are riding in a 2007 Saturn Sky owned by Brian and Kyle Fenner and driven by Brian Fenner. Our next senior attendant is Teresa Dugan. Teresa is the daughter of Pete and Lindley Dugan. She is in a 2011 Camaro pace car that is owned by Pete and Lindley Dugan and driven by Martin Dugan. Senior attendant Abby Hoker is the daughter of Alan and Heidi Hoker. Abby is riding in a 2016 McLaren 650S Spider, owned and driven by Nate Corey. Next, welcome seniors Allie Hoker and Mason McKibben. Allie is the daughter of Alan and Heidi Hoker, and Mason is the son of Brad and Krista McKibben. Their car this evening is a 1997 Z28 Camaro, owned by Dorothy and Roger Haas, and driven by Roger Haas. Our final senior attendant for the evening is Olivia Payne. Olivia is the daughter of Dan and Jennifer Payne. She's riding in a 2004 Corvette owned by Dale and Margie Hoyles and driven by Dale Hoyles. The Colonel Crawford High School Student Council, under the supervision of advisor Janet Parsons, sponsors the homecoming events. They have several people they would like to thank for all the help that they provided to make tonight's festivities and next week's Clash of the Classes a success. Clash of the Classes will take place next Wednesday from 7 to 8:30 here at the stadium. A special thanks goes out to Mr. Jake Bruner, Mr. Todd Martin, Mr. David Sheldon, and Mrs. Sherry Stuckman. A special graduate we would like to welcome is last year's homecoming queen, McKenna Trish, who in a few minutes will crown this year's homecoming king. McKenna is the daughter of Ron Trish and Bridget Shivington. She's currently attending Marion Tech for nursing and will be joining the Air National Guard as COVID delayed her departure for boot camp. Another special graduate we would like to welcome this year is homecoming king Evan Spangler, who in a few minutes will crown this year's homecoming queen. Evan, the son of Sean and Vicky Spangler, is currently attending Ohio State in Mansfield and majoring in social work. At this time, we would like to present the 2020 Colonel Crawford Homecoming Court. Please welcome freshman attendant Haley Slagle, who is escorted by freshman Micah Thomas. Haley is the daughter of Chad and Christy Slagle. At Colonel Crawford, Haley is involved in FFA, track, and basketball, and outside of school, she plays soccer. Her favorite teacher is Mrs. Klein because she always has a smile on her face and she always has a fun time in her class. In her free time, Haley likes to hang with her friends and play with her dog. Haley's favorite movie is Camp Rock, and her favorite food is mac and cheese. If Haley could have dinner with any famous person, she would choose Taylor Swift because she's down to earth, super nice, and they both love cheesecake. Haley would love to travel to Australia, and her autobiography would be titled Life as an Overthinker. Next is sophomore attendant Riley Ritzop, escorted by sophomore Parker Ketterman. Riley is the son of Sean and Kendra Ritzop. Her school activities include volleyball, swim team, and track. After high school, Riley hopes to go to a small college for volleyball and then become either a physical therapist or a financial advisor. Riley's favorite teacher is Mrs. Dugan because she is entertaining to listen to. In her free time, Riley likes to watch Criminal Minds and pass a volleyball with her sister Reagan. A fun fact about Riley is that she has an identical twin. Riley's favorite food is any peanut butter dessert. Her favorite movie is Aladdin, the live-action version, and she thinks the perfect date would be going to a drive-in movie. If Riley were granted 3 wishes, she'd wish for guaranteed all A's, for her dog to live forever, and to have the ability to travel wherever she wanted at any time. Riley's favorite high school memory is meeting new people and making new friends. Junior attendant Brooke Slagle is escorted by senior Connor Moore. Brooke is the daughter of Chad and Christy Slagle. At Colonel Crawford, Brooke participates in basketball and track. She is also a member of FCCLA, FFA, and Student Council, and she is the president of the junior class. Outside of school, Brooke is involved in 4-H and youth board, and she works at East of Chicago. After high school, Brooke plans to pursue a career in the medical field. In her free time, Brooke likes to hang out with her friends and watch movies. Her idea of a perfect date is going to a country concert. If Brooke could have any superpower, she would want to be able to read minds. If she could have dinner with any famous person, she would choose Jennifer Lawrence because she is super funny and down to earth. If she could go anywhere in the world, she would like to travel to Europe, and her autobiography would be titled Procrastination at its Finest. Brooke's favorite high school memory is sitting in the student section screaming as loud as she could in the Mac Morrison Gymnasium. And now for the senior homecoming court. First, welcome Maria Brewer, escorted by Blaine Bishop. Maria is the daughter of Chad and Carrie Brewer. At Colonel Crawford, Maria is on the swim team and a member of NHS. Outside of school, Maria enjoys babysitting and watching dogs. After high school, Maria plans to become an OB nurse. Maria works as a swim lessons instructor at the YMCA. If Maria were to write an autobiography, she'd title it Never a Dull Moment. Maria's favorite teachers are Mrs. Klein and Mrs. Dugan because they are role models and are always there when she needs them, whenever it's school-related or not. Maria's idea of a perfect date is going any place that involves food, and her favorite food is chicken and fries with honey mustard and ranch. If Maria were granted 3 wishes, she'd wish for COVID to go away, forever happiness, and more wishes. Maria's favorite high school memory has been messing around in the end zone with her friends during football games. Blaine Bishop is the son of Kevin and Dory Bishop. At Colonel Crawford, Blaine is the NHS president, as well as being active in the school musicals, Academic Challenge, Debate Club, Vision, Band, FCCLA, Leo Club, Choir, Young Life, and Student Council. Blaine is also the cameraman for the basketball and football teams and the band announcer. Outside of school, Blaine has been in 4-H for 10 years and has been the club vice president for 3. He's a Crawford County Junior Fair Board member, the 2020 Crawford County Junior Fair King, and a volunteer for Bucyrus' Safety Town, and he's the fire department mascot. After high school, Blaine plans to attend college for a communication or psychology-related field. He's currently looking at Ohio State, Otterbein University, or Bowling Green State University. His favorite teacher is Mr. Daniels because his classes are challenging and his humor is subtle yet clever, and he gives Blaine sweet tea at every ball game. An interesting talent of Blaine's is that he's been known to rap the Sugar Hill Gang from time to time. Blaine's favorite high school memory is going to a Broadway show in New York City with Vision and finally beating Winford at football. Senior Teresa Dugan is being escorted by senior Brock Ritzop. Teresa is the daughter of Pete and Lindley Dugan. At Colonel Crawford, Teresa is involved in NHS as the secretary, Leo Club as the president, cross country, and basketball. She is also the secretary of the senior class. After graduation, she plans to attend 4 years of undergraduate and then med school with hopes of becoming a dermatologist. Teresa's favorite teacher is Mr. Bauer because he has dealt with all of her mental breakdowns and he answers the 1,000 questions that she asks. He is also fun to talk to and always gives her a good laugh. However, believe it or not, Teresa admits that it has actually been really fun to have her mom as a teacher. Teresa doesn't have a favorite movie because she can't sit still long enough to watch a movie. Teresa loves watermelon and ice cream, but not watermelon ice cream. A fun fact about Teresa is that she got kicked out of her mom's chemistry class when she was a sophomore. If she were granted 3 wishes, she would obviously wish for her pre-COVID life back. She'd wish for healthy ice cream and to live on a beach with endless money. Her favorite high school memory is becoming closer with the Ritzop twins and sitting in the end zone during football games. Teresa is joined by senior Brock Ritzop. Brock is the son of Sean and Kendra Ritzop. Brock plays football, basketball, and baseball here at Colonel Crawford, as well as being an NHS student council and vice president of the senior class. Outside of school, Brock likes to play golf, and in his free time, he likes to hang out with the boys. After high school, Brock wants to play football in college and study business. Brock's favorite teacher is Mrs. Dugan because she's wonderful and lets him date her daughter. If he were granted 2 wishes, he'd wish for last year's baseball season back and the Cleveland Browns to win the Super Bowl. If Brock could go anywhere in the world, he would go to the Dugan house, and a perfect date would be taking his beautiful girlfriend to a Broadway play. An interesting fact about Brock is that he won a handwriting contest in 5th grade. Brock's favorite high school memory is winning the first baseball district title in 54 years. Next, welcome seniors Abby Hoker and Caleb Lohr. Abby is the daughter of Alan and Heidi Hoker. Abby runs cross country and is involved in Young Life. Outside of school, she works at the city pool and summers in a shake and smoothie bar year-round. After high school, Abby has plans to go to college for business and to major in marketing. In her free time, Abby likes to spend time with her family and friends, and she loves to paint. Abby's idea of a perfect date is to go on a picnic and hike, and her favorite food is ice cream. If Abby could have dinner with any famous person, she would choose Bradley Cooper because she loves his acting and his movies. Abby would love to travel to Ireland and see the beautiful scenery there. Abby's autobiography would be entitled Fashionably Late. Abby is being escorted by Caleb Lohr. Caleb is the son of Dawn and Jeremy Lohr. Caleb plays football and baseball and is a member of NHS at Colonel Crawford. Outside of school, he's active in Team Focus. After high school, Caleb plans to go to NC State and major in finance. Mr. Daniels is Caleb's favorite teacher because he makes him explain his answers. In his free time, Caleb likes to fish, hunt, and play pool. Caleb's favorite high school memory is beating Winford a few weeks ago. His autobiography would be entitled A Book About Caleb Lohr. If Caleb could have a superpower, he'd want super speed so that he could be faster than Cody Taylor. Caleb's idea of a perfect date is reading spooky stories together by a roaring fire. A fun fact about Caleb is that he has the best hair in the school. Senior Allie Hoker is escorted by senior Mason McKibben. Allie is the daughter of Alan and Heidi Hoker. Allie is involved in Leo Club, NHS, Young Life, cross country, basketball, track, and academic challenge at Colonel Crawford. Outside of school, Allie enjoys getting coffee and volunteering at her dad's hospital. Allie works as a lifeguard at the Crestline Pool. After high school, Allie is planning to go to college for either nursing, pre-med, or pre-law. Allie's favorite movie is The Giver, and her favorite foods are sushi and ice cream. Allie's idea of a perfect date is going out for coffee and brunch and then watching a movie. If she could have any superpower, she would want to read people's minds. A fun fact about Allie is that she is a twin and her favorite high school memory is going to state tournaments with the Lady Eagles basketball team. Her senior escort is Mason McKibben. Mason is the son of Brad and Krista McKibben. At Colonel Crawford, Mason is involved in cross country, basketball, baseball, band, marching, and concert, choir, vision, school musicals, student council, Young Life, and academic challenge. He is also the secretary of Leo Club and the vice president of National Honor Society. Outside of school, Mason plays piano, is the secretary of the Dairy Maids and Gents 4-H Club, a 4-H camp counselor, and a junior fair board member. After high school, Mason plans to attend a 4-year school to major in something related to business and math. His favorite teacher is Mr. Daniels, since he challenged Mason to always be his best at everything. Mason works as an umpire for youth baseball games and as a substitute pianist for churches. Mason's favorite food is mint Oreo ice cream. A fun fact about Mason is that he collects maps, and some people have called him a walking and talking GPS. If Mason could have dinner with any famous person, he would choose Albert Einstein, but 2 years ago, Mr. Daniels broke his heart by informing him that Mr. Einstein wouldn't be able to join him for dinner because he is deceased. His favorite high school memory is winning the district championship in baseball. Mason's idea of a perfect date is any moment with the girl who is standing next to him right now. And now, welcome seniors Olivia Payne and Tristan Cross. Olivia is the daughter of Dan and Jennifer Payne. Olivia runs cross country and is a cheerleader for basketball. Outside of school, she's involved in her youth group. After graduation, Olivia plans to go to college and to study to become a pediatric nurse. In her free time, she likes to read, watch movies, scroll through TikTok, hang out with her friends, and get coffee. She also works for Mark's Homemade Ice Cream. Olivia's idea of a perfect date is a drive-in movie with lots of snacks and cozy blankets. Olivia's favorite food is mac and cheese, and she'd like to travel to Australia or on a mission trip to Uganda. If she could have any superpower, she would want the power of invisibility. Her favorite high school memory is getting food with her friends after cross-country meets and hanging out with Callista in Leslie's room junior year. Senior Tristan Cross is the son of Aretha Hensley and Jason Cross. At Colonel Crawford, Tristan plays football, runs track, and power lifts. He's also an FCCLA and is the student section leader. After high school, Tristan plans to attend college to get a business degree and then go to law school if he feels like 3 more years of school after that. Tristan's favorite teacher is Mr. Daniels because without him, Tristan wouldn't be the student he is today. In his free time, Tristan plays video games, golfs, watches YouTube, and hangs with the boys, and he works for All-American baseball tournaments. If Tristan could have dinner with anyone famous, he'd choose Troy Polamalu to tell him how much he loves him. Tristan's idea of a perfect date is anything that involves less time for his girlfriend to get ready. Tristan's favorite food is the spicy chicken tenders from sophomore year's school lunches. His favorite school memory is winning the Winford football game 2 weeks ago. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the 2020 Homecoming Queens and Kings Courts. And now at this time, last year's Queen McKenna will step forward and crown this year's king. The 2020 Colonel Crawford Homecoming King is Caleb Lohr. And now, last year's King Evan will come forward and crown this year's Queen. The 2020 Colonel Crawford Homecoming Queen is Maria Brewer. Congratulations to Queen Maria and all the members of her court, as well as to King Caleb and all the members of the King's Court. Ladies and gentlemen, how about another round of applause for all of your homecoming attendance this day? We thank you for your kind attention. This concludes the pregame homecoming ceremonies. And go Eagles!